Hey, you guys, how are you? I've already got some comments coming in. Oh, from hey, Angela. I don't know if you're there yet. I don't actually see anybody online yet, but I guess I've got some comments from before. Hi, everybody. I'm Jill Hoyrup from Jillicious, and I'm a master psychic, an intuitive energy healer, and a spiritual coach. And I am coming at you live. Pop a note and say hi when you join in, and let me know where you're coming in from, viewing from. I am going to get on the Facebook here really quick to this live because I'm not convinced I'm going to be able to see my comments, your comments. Here we go. Okay, good. So let me know that you're here. Today, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk to. And a girlfriend of mine had a situation last night and with her intuition. And so I thought, I've dealt with that too. I think I'll talk about intuition and what about it, like when we blow off our intuition, right? Hey, Mona. Hey, Abby. Hi, you guys. Angela. Oh, I don't know if Angela's actually on yet, you guys, but I know she's coming. Yay. This is going to be a fun, if you guys have been around me yet, you know that I like to have fun. So like, love it, share it, laugh it. I love the laugh emoticon. So hook up with some laughs. Hey, Courtney, welcome. Courtney's right down the street from me. This is awesome, you guys. Hey, Laura. Yes, Laura, how are you? It's good to see all of you guys. So if you want to pop a note in where you're from, where you're viewing from, that would be awesome. I'm just getting started. Want to say hi to everybody. I'm going to throw up my website here really quick in case you want to not leave right now to go check it out, but eventually. Hi, Aga. Haven't seen you for a while. How fun. It's like the gang's all here. I love it. I love that you're all joining me. And if you're joining me for the replay, awesome. This is super fun. Ooh, Missouri. Okay, Abby. Nice. I've not been to Missouri. I don't know if I ever will get to Missouri. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about, just do a quick little, kind of like a high level, some soup on when you blow off your intuition, because that was one of the things my girlfriend was talking about for I talked to her today, but last night she's like, man, I should listen to my intuition. So Abby, I'm probably not missing much in Missouri, am I? That's sad. So, you know, our intuition is our gut instinct, right? And our, you know, our inner feelings of knowingness and information and a little nudging of something, right? You've all met people and you just kind of feel there's something off with them. Well, that's your intuition. And, you know, as you grow and practice your intuition, you get more nudges, you get more information, you get more feelings depending on what type of clair you are. Clear hearing, clear seeing, clear knowing, clear feeling other people. Those are all the main types of intuition. So you really start to hone your skills, and what intuition does is it brings you information. That's all intuition is information, and how you use it or why you use it or what you do with it is totally up to you, right? So a lot of times we'll realize kind of after the fact that we've had this intuition and we ended up blowing it off, right? We weren't listening to it, or down the road we'll realize, oh, that was my intuition. So I love that. I mean, even the hindsight, even though it might not be the best in the moment, it really is useful still, because what you can do with hindsight is go back to that situation, recognize the intuition, right? Recognize that that's what it was, and then you know more in the future what to do with it when you do feel that. So a lot of it's just about recognizing and getting used to what your intuition feels like. Hey, David. Yeah, exactly. And David's saying intuition is just information. Totally. And another thing about it is, you don't have to act on your intuition if you don't want. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to, especially if it's, for your safety and that type of thing, but you really don't have to do anything with it. I'm at the point now where I live my life completely by intuition. Yes, I don't listen all the time. There will be a series on a little bit more of this subject about blowing it off and a big situation I just had recently. But some of the reasons we'll go over why you may want to blow off your intuition. It's not that you want to, but it's that you do, okay? So one of the reasons is we don't want to know. We don't want to know or accept it. We might have little nudges, little inklings of feelings about something, but we don't want to see it. And this happens especially in relationships. We don't want to see it. And that was happening with my girlfriend. So you have the intuition, but you don't want to see it, or you don't want to have to make a decision about it, right? Because if you believe your intuition on something or someone, especially in relationship, then you may have to make a decision. You may have to decide, this isn't the type of person I want to be with, or this isn't the way I want to be treated. And so it becomes really important to at least recognize and notice. Sadly, if you don't do anything about it, it probably will come back up again later if it's something that you really will need to deal with. Okay, sometimes maybe things aren't as important and you can slide by with it, but there are some big relationship things that you will want to listen to your intuition. So the other reason we may blow off our intuition is because we don't want to believe it, especially if it's about the other person. And this is especially true for relationships. Has anybody dealt with anything like this that I'm talking about, where you know that you know, and you've got this intuition on it, but it's like maybe even a combination of those, like you don't want to believe it. The facts of who you think or thought the person was, you don't want to believe. I mean, it gets so convoluted, doesn't it? Hey, Katie, yep. Well, that's true. If it's you, what about that, right? Oh, that's funny. And that's very true too. If you have intuition about that, you may not want to even recognize it for yourself. That is so true. Hi, Hoyam. I am going to be doing some readings in a little bit, so just stay tuned. Hey, Karen. Hold on, I'm not seeing. Let me go to some of the comments here. Okay, yes. Abby's saying every single time I've been in that situation, my intuition has always been right. Right. That is exactly it. And, so Abby, tell me, did you always listen, or was it more an after the fact you realized, oh, that was true? Because it can be both, right? David's saying he's still wrestling with that. Knowing, not accepting, knowing energy. Yeah, so he can relate. And, that's part of intuition too, is being able to distinguish between, is it your intuition or is it just your logical mind? Is it your thinking? Is it your feeling? What's exactly going on? So Abby's saying no, she never listened. She'd have to be an investigator and find out all for yourself. Yep, exactly. That's what happened to me a few months ago, because I didn't listen. So the whole situation and relationship blew up in my face because I wasn't listening to the inklings from 2 months, a month and 2 months prior. So that's, I'm going to jump ahead one. So some of the time we may not need to know all the details of it in that moment, or we're not supposed to know all of it or the whole story or how it fits together. In my situation, I feel like if I would have confronted that, it wouldn't have mattered because there would have been an excuse. So really what the universe does in that situation is they blow up, in this case, your whole relationship. So you have to look, you have to listen, and you have to believe it because you maybe found out for yourself with your own eyes. So it's not the greatest, but like looking back, I can tell and I can see all of the little pieces of intuition I had, and how if I would have maybe even just stopped for a moment and tuned in just a little, half a second more, and like felt into it and spent some time with it, instead of, you know, there was other parts of my intuition that were telling me other things, like this person was going to come around and this and that. And part of it was just hoping that he would. So and when there's so many factors like that, like I said, it gets convoluted, and really what would serve your highest purpose is to take that extra time and really tune in. So another one is, and some of you are dealing with this, I think, is you may not trust your intuition. You may not even trust what you're getting about a person or a situation. But like Abby's talked about, she's discovering that every single time those vibes that she has, those hits of intuition are true. And so she can look back and she ended up getting her proof, and it's true after the investigative mode. I love it. I'm like Jilly Drew. I used to read tons of Nancy Drew, so now I'm like a total Jilly Drew. Don't mess with me. I'm a secret private investigator now, and a psychic, right? Add the two of those and holy moly. Anyway, so make sure, well, this will be another lesson, but we'll talk about trusting yourself, recognizing your thoughts versus your intuition, right? Because that's going to be a really huge one. And yeah, Aga, you're totally right. Perhaps we don't listen because it's part of the grand plan, our lesson to learn, our path to discover parts of ourselves. Absolutely. That's absolutely part of it. Because like in my situation, if this whole thing hadn't blown up, I would still be in a similar place that I was back then. And it wasn't for my highest good. And, you know, all of this is great hindsight. In the moment, you know, you don't even want to know all the pain and devastation. But ultimately, luckily, I can still see the good in it, right? So Courtney's asking, you know, she doubts all the time. Is it intuition? Is it just her worrying? Is it me wanting something and convincing myself? Those are good. So that can be the next segment tomorrow. How's that? Because that is one that everybody struggles with, especially as you're just starting out and you're trying to figure out what is my intuition. And so a tip to start with for that will be to start really paying attention. There's a difference in how your thoughts feel versus how your intuition feels. So the more that you're practicing with your intuition, the more you are going to be figuring out what it feels like to you and how you get your information. Is it through hearing? Is it through seeing? Is it through feeling? Is it through knowing? How are you getting this information? So by starting to pay attention daily to this and working with your intuition, practice, right? Then you'll be able to distinguish, okay, my thoughts sound and feel like this over here. And my intuition, though, shows up like this. And a lot of times for intuition, it's a flyby piece of information. That's what I call it, a flyby. It's just this random, and that's what happened to me. The day it all went down it was this niggling all day long. And then we were supposed to have dinner. I thought that was the last conversation. And, you know, he wasn't home. And like the minute he wasn't home, I knew that he was with someone else. And I just knew it. And so that was the intuition. That's how intuition works, is these little nigglings, these little bits of information that just come to you randomly is probably the most frequent way. Yes, you can also sit here and say, you know, you've got your pad and paper and you've got specific questions you want to ask yourself or you want to ask your intuition. And that's a different way of using your intuition. I feel like I kind of went off on the rail, off topic there for a minute, but you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Like there's different ways. That's a whole other one too. Okay, you guys, I'm writing these down while they come up. Ways to use your intuition, and then distinguishing, right? Those are our next segments. Yay. Okay, let me say. So Abby's saying she agrees with Aga. She's always learning the hard way. Yeah, you think you're meant, but see, Abby, that's the whole point is now you are paying attention, right? Now you are recognizing. So here's your next little piece to that is you've had all this experience. So now your decision within yourself is, I choose to trust, right? Because we're back to this one. Are you really trusting your intuition? So you've had so many experiences. Why not start trusting it now, going forward? How does that feel to you? Probably freaks you out a little bit, right? And then yes, Katie, that was going to be my next one right here is the fear. Another reason is fear. I think goes with, not wanting to have to make a decision, not wanting to know. You're too close to the situation sometimes, and you have your own, desires and thoughts about it, or maybe even your own intuition about it. So consider that, right? Take that into consideration about the fear. And so Katie's saying she would get sudden bits, but I acted and was really wrong. And that can happen, right? I was wrong on my Super Bowl prediction this year. I know, crazy. And the thing is, even little old me, the master psychic, is wrong. We are still wrong. And that's because of shifting energies, shifting people, shifting situations. Even we shift. So we can't always be 100% right. I mean, we're pretty darn close. Some of us can be really close. Okay, if you're having fun, do the laugh emoticon, little commercial break, and share this video. Yay! So, hi, Linda, by the way, I saw you hop on, but I was in the middle of babbling. So, yay, you're here. Okay, I've got about 25 minutes left, you guys. And I just, oops, here. Any comments, any other experiences that you've had with this? And, our biggest takeaway that's coming through right now is to really, there's two things. One is to practice your intuition, practice starting to recognize, and again, I said we'll talk about this more tomorrow. Practice recognizing what your thoughts feel like versus what your intuition feels like, okay? And then the second one is decide to trust it. So Abby's got an extreme example where every time she's had these intuitive hits, she's found out later that she's been right. So let's stop practicing with that and actually trust those intuitive hits in the moment, because what's the worst that is going to happen? Well, let me rephrase that. What is the best that will happen to you is you will probably save yourself a lot of pain and heartache, potentially, right? If that's what your intuition is about. So why not trust, and or the worst that happens is like Katie's saying, then you're wrong. Well, I don't know, would you rather be wrong over something like that or heartbroken? I don't know. And I know we're talking about an extreme situation with relationship, most likely. So, and it won't always be like that. Your intuition won't always just be for relationship, but that's kind of what we're talking about here for some reason. So, hey, Angela, yay, you're finally here. Yay. That Mexican internet. And usually it's a Belize problem. I love it. I love it when it's someone else's problem. Okay, Katie, so that's something for you to work on within yourself, because you're saying that she's always right for others but not herself. Or you didn't really say that in there, but you're spot on with the others and with your kids, right? Okay. Aga's asking a really good question. She's saying, is intuition messages info from our guides? No, they're totally separate. And your intuition, some people want to call it your higher self. I actually coined a phrase I already forgot. It's in the Academy video though. And it's about I feel like intuition is your connection to your soul and the universe and information that wants to come through. And your guides are actually spiritual beings that are here with you on this earth plane in existence. They are in a spiritual body sense, and they're helping you for specific tasks or purposes or whatever you're doing. Now they work in conjunction, and I'm putting this on the list, okay? Intuition versus guides discussion. This was good, you guys. I knew stuff would come up when I started talking. So they're separate. And Aga, do you start feeling how they're kind of separate? Can you notice? And this will take practice too, to notice what your guides sound like versus noticing what your intuition sounds like, feels like, and comes through to you. You guys, it's all about practice. Practice, practice, practice. So one of the lives, so I'm going live daily, this is exciting stuff. So one of the lives will be a practice session, and I'll actually tune in intuitively to you while we do this, and I'll figure out how we're going to do this. I like to do very individualized and specialized teaching and healing and everything I do. So I want to, we'll figure out a way to do that, but that'll be on the agenda. Okay, let me see what else I've missed in the comments. Hey, everybody, is everybody liking, loving, or laughing here? Just checking. Okay, Katie said earlier that childhood fears can mess you up too. Yes. Yes, 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 that's part of the fear too. And that ties in with your beliefs, your experiences, even your attitudes. And I'm even going to add self-talk into that because I've been big into self-talk the last 6 months. Okay. Hey, Eric, Rosa Mock is in the house. I love it. You guys, I'm not on Facebook. I was going to share it to my personal page so all my buddies can say hi to me. Okay, I'm just scrolling back through to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yay. Okay, good. Oh, wait, I'm not far enough up. Okay, I'm talking to myself kind of. Awesome. I love it. Okay, so I crossed them back. Oh, Courtney's telling me her Blue's internet isn't good. I guess I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm like in my little viewer over here by your comments. It's like, it's not synced up. I'm like a second or two behind talking, so I can't look over there. I get distracted. But I'm looking at your comments. Eric, I've been to school with Eric since elementary school. Tender. Okay, so I love it. Okay, so, all right, so I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit because it even happens to the best of us that like Miss Master Psychic didn't listen to her intuition. Okay, so it happens and there's a lot of reasons for it. So I just wanted to kind of go through a few of them and talk about them. Hey, Eric, isn't it good? I know, it's so fun. It's fun to, I mean, I don't get to hear your guys' voices, but it's fun to see you on here. And I'm glad that you're joining in and liking hearing my voice again after so many years. So I want to open it up. Now I've only got about 15 minutes left, but 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to go till about quarter till. So if you have any questions that you want to ask about things that are going on in your life, I will go ahead and tune in and see if I can't give you some guidance and answers and help in those areas. It's really good if you have a very specific question to ask because for one, we're short on time and there's quite a few of you on here that might have a question, right? And then for two, it's not that I need all the information, but like, for example, I was doing this yesterday and so after each question, they kept adding more information and then had another question. So in two instances, it changed what I was originally giving them, not because I was wrong, but because the more information I had, the more robust of an answer and I can give, right, of insight. Okay, so Hoyam's asking, she's going through a heartbreak. I am so sorry. I feel you. Been there recently. Would really like to know what my ex is feeling towards me, and most importantly, if he will ever reach back out to me or if he is fine and has completely moved on. So what I will say about that question is I know that's your question that you want answered. I'm going to actually shift it up just a little tiny bit because actually I'll just answer you. And I'll tell you why I was going somewhere else in a second, because it's more useful. A different question is more useful for you, but I know that that's the place that you're in because I've been there too. So I will answer you. So I'm not getting that he's really feeling anything. Like, I feel like he's very done, and I don't sense a huge move on, but I feel like there's a sense of detachment now and relief for him to have been moved on. I'm not saying he's fine, because I don't really feel like he's necessarily doing his process about the breakup, but I don't see him reaching back out like to get together or anything like that. And so Hoyam, I'm just curious about what your self-care practice is for this heartbreak, because that's a real big one when we go through a breakup, is, to watch our thoughts and our things that we're telling ourselves, and what our attitudes about it, our beliefs about the breakup, right? So this might be a good time to do some relationship investigation and relationship purging, meaning, yeah, I'm getting a note for him to talk. Not right now. It might happen in a couple months, but not for right now. No. Okay, Abby, I feel like I'm being drawn to, the text takes up my head. I feel like I'm being drawn towards being a spiritual coach and healer. Yes, you are. I've already tuned into my gifts, but feel the need to help others more still. I'm curious if this is the right path. Yeah, I totally get that for you, Abby. And sorry, that was a lot of, I definitely get that. And if you aren't already doing that, practicing with either friends or even taking people for trial, start doing that. And then I feel like you'll be ready. If you're not charging yet, you'll be ready to charge in about 2 months. And you should be charging for this, definitely. So you're welcome, Hoyam. Yeah. And, part of the clarity and moving on thing too, Hoyam, is for yourself, right? It's in your best and highest interest to do that. Okay, next one from David. What? What are you saying? I have questions, dreaming minimum. David, well, I don't understand your question. I should just know energetically, right? Okay, let me do it. So I'm getting a yes. So, but re-ask that for me anyway, but I'm still getting a yes for you. Oh, you're already doing it and charging, Abby. Okay, good. So are you just wanting to know the more that you could do? You want to start doing lives like I'm doing and start, trying to reach more people and do, I feel like doing more would just be getting yourself out there more, offering more, maybe more packages or more different types of things that you do. How does that feel? Okay, David, did that answer? Yay. David's easy to please. Woohoo! Wait, hold on. There we go. Yay! You guys, Be Live is awesome. Okay. I'm Anshu, darling. Okay, you're moving out soon. Hooray for moving out. Yes, I feel like you're totally going to be fine. I feel like you're going to blossom like crazy in the new environment. There's something about new friends, a new sense of freedom, a new, almost like a new beginning. And if you're doing it soon, are you doing it soon? Because there's a super moon coming out, and I just posted a ritual about it, about how to do a ritual. And if you haven't already, and you're going to be moving out in the next few weeks, do that new moon ritual and just really beef up your intentions and your goals for moving out, right? Because I feel like this is bringing on a big shift for you. It is, I don't know, it's going to like shake things up a little bit, but in a good way. It's not going to be upsetting shaking up. It's going to be like throwing things up in the air so they fall into place. Ooh, I like that. Do you like that? Does that feel good? Okay. See, and Katie's using her intuition too. She's got a yes to Abby's question too. Yay. See, this is awesome. You can practice your intuition while I'm, saying stuff. Okay, let me make sure as I scroll down the comments here. Okay, I don't know where. Okay, I've got Anshu. Okay. Hi, I hope is how you say it, or Key. I'm being drawn towards a new direction in life, but not sure where to go. Any guidance? I like the new direction. It feels really good. It feels strong. It feels purposeful. It feels like you have a lot of power in it, in what you want to do with it. And I mean, the big thing I'm hearing is go for it. No more waiting. Go for it. Like they're saying, like, don't waste another second. Don't waste another second. Go do it. Go do it. And here, I should have added this a long time ago. This is how it feels to me. Hold on, wait for it, you guys. Right? Like, grab it. Go do it. Yes, man. Go watch the movie Yes, Man. It's roar. You gotta go get your roar. I love it. Okay. Okay. Yes, Abby's saying she wants to get herself out there more, nervous that she's doing that. You are doing the right thing. I hope that alleviates all of your questions, and it's just a matter of doing it, right? See? Okay, listen, you guys, this is a perfect example of a question you can start asking yourself when you want to know something that's going on in your life. Katie needs to know if limestone for her new floors. And it is a big deal. She's choosing house remodeling, and I'm getting a yes to the limestone. Is that what you were getting for yourself? No. I'm getting limestone. I'm not sure I even know what limestone looks like for floors, but I just did a quick little muscle test on Pergo or tile or did it, and I'm still getting a yes to the limestone. How's that feel? Yay. Okay, Courtney's asking, so the group she's talking about is Ignite Your Intuition. Gosh, I really need to have, I wasn't even thinking about all this. So this is the group Courtney's talking about. I'll share it in a second. Courtney's leaving me. She's moving up to Mexico from Belize. So she's asking, with all the crazy planning and steps in our move, will all go well and without incident? That is a great question. Here's the group she's talking about. It's a free Facebook group where we talk about all this kind of stuff. By the way, I'll be going live in there once a week. So I just haven't figured out what day and time yet. But so I'm getting a yes to that, Courtney. And you are already such a good organizer that, the only things that will be happening is because you're dealing with Belize and Mexico, like the dynamics, the cultures, the transportation type stuff. I don't feel any major issues in any of those arenas that will throw you off at all. And I actually feel like it'll go really smoothly. And what we can do is what I like to call zap it up. And that's when you take an intention, like you're moving and you want it to go smoothly, and you add energy to it, and you add bigger intention, bigger energy, so you actually get what you want, right? You're actually going to get, hold on, you guys, I need to find my, I need to find the link for the new moon ritual. It's coming up. I did post it on this Jill Hoyrit page. So, but I'll go ahead and throw up the link here too. So Courtney, what you do for that is you visualize every step of the way, like all your stuff being packed and loaded, fine, all of your stuff being safe and secure, all the drivers driving safely, like every little detail, you just kind of see it in a movie. It doesn't have to take long. You see it in a movie and you just add that energy to it of success, right? And you see yourself at the other end, crossing the border, getting your van, transferring to the other van or other driver. I can't remember how you're doing it. And then getting all the way to where you're staying and like being able to unload and nothing's broken and everything's in its place. And do you get the what I'm trying to say? So, oops, guys. So I'm taking a second here to go to my blog to get that link for you. I apologize. Let me scroll back up. Yay, Katie wanted limestone. I knew it. So you knew it too. So here's the thing. Even I like to have confirmation. I like to have confirmation. And this is why part of my intuition was off back in December, January, was because I was even asking my mentor and we were blocked. These people were blocking us from their affair. But anyway, and that happens. But I like to get confirmation with things going on. And I know that to someone listening, a limestone floor, whatever, but this is how it can be. You could be using your intuition for everything in your life, and limestone floors are part of it. And see, Abby's getting yes too for the limestone. Awesome. This is awesome, you guys. I love that you're tuning in and getting answers. Hey, Cindy, welcome, welcome. I know, it's so good. Cindy, I'll be here every day at, I think it's noon your time or 11. So, oops, I thought I took that off. Sorry about that. So I'm new to all this, like putting comments up. It's pretty freaking fun though. I'm digging it. So yeah, okay, new moon ritual. Oh my gosh, my blog is taking for, here we go. New moon ritual coming up from the blog. It'll take a second to pull up because of my Belize internet. Oh, I can finally blame it. Oh, I like that, Katie. Add the chill app and everything will go fine. I like it. Yep, Tyler's making a good point. Envision how that move going successfully feels like. Exactly. You're tuning into the feeling of it. And if it doesn't, you can handle it. Absolutely. Hey, Tyler, so she's asking about these cool little bubbles. I'm using a program called BeLive.tv, and I love it. And you can, I made myself a little agenda. Hold on, so you can do some laughing emoticons. Okay, you can like or love it too, but I just think the laughing ones are so fun. Right? Okay, let's have the roar up for a minute. Okay, here is the link coming up. So I can even see what I'm doing here. I can even, create one in the moment because I wasn't thinking about this, but there's the link for the new moon ritual, okay? And it's also on this page that you're on. It was posted earlier this morning because I whipped it up for you early this morning. Okay, good. Courtney's like, things are always going my way, yay! And start doing the visualization. Yep, good, good. I'm glad that resonated. There's so, you know, it, like Tyler Nicole said, it's all about how you feel. It's all about the feeling that you have. That's why visualization is so powerful. If you add that feeling behind it for anything that you want, and you'll see it in the new moon ritual too, where you're adding that feeling. This is a super new moon this Wednesday, and there's 3 in a row. This is the first of 3 in a row. So that is huge energy to work with. That's why anything that you want to create, any new project, a new goal, a new, anything new, anything, a new intention, a new wish, a new desire. You're going to put all that out there and see how it goes. You let those energies work with you, right? That's why we do all of that. Yay. Okay, Mona, why are you so sleepy, girlfriend? I sleep and then I re-sleep. Well, I can tell you why. You're going through a huge process right now and your body needs that rest. It's, hey, Katie girl, your body needs that rest. You are, you're integrating new things. I feel like you're going to kind of expand and jump out into doing some different things. Like you've started writing your book, right? So you've got your book going, like I feel like you're expanding. So you need rest. You're like a little baby that's growing. You are. That's so cute, my little Mona. Yeah, the energies are strong. So I read some, I'm not good yet at tuning into the energy. I mean, I feel the energies, but I don't have the knack necessarily for tuning into like the astrology and the energy and like putting it all together so it makes sense. I just go with how I feel. But I was reading yesterday about solar flares and about all of these energies that are happening coming out of May and now stepping into June and now the supermoons and maybe eclipses coming and all this stuff, which make my head spin. But you're feeling it too, right? We're feeling it. We're reintegrating. We're recalibrating. We're changing. We're growing. Like Mona, for you, I feel like you've totally stepped into your purpose a little bit more this past week with starting to write a book and things that you want to do, which is huge. So you got to give yourself a little credit for that. So you've got to rest too when your body needs the rest, if you can. I'm a big fan of downtime. I'm a big fan of like quiet time, alone time, don't talk to me time. So anyway, okay, how's everybody doing? I'm about to wrap up here. I don't see any new comments from anybody. I hope everybody had fun. If you want to join the Facebook Ignite Your Intuition group, we will be doing lives there starting, I should start this week, right? Why not? And, you know, we're talking about all this kind of stuff. My main goal and focus or purpose, like I've become this teacher all of a sudden. I started out doing energy healing and all that, and then it's morphed into teaching because my knack seems to be individualized teaching and training and healings and all of that stuff, because I can really hone in on what's going on with you and I put it all together. So if you want to check out the new moon ritual, and also from the blog page, you can sign up for the newsletter if you so choose. Yay! Katie's saying, join the Ignite group. Yay, Linda. Linda's doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Michelle, I'm just about hopping off, you guys. I'm sorry I missed you. I'm just reading Courtney's about, yeah, worrying and question. So knock all the worrying and questioning off, Courtney. That's your job to start practicing that. And I know it's hard when you've got a husband and kids and your own life and da-da-da. So, yep. Okay, guys, so you guys, I've got to hop off, but I see a question from Tyler Nicole, and I see Katie likes margaritas. It's not margarita time right now, but we should do a margarita night. That would be fun. I don't think drinking and intuition really works and goes well together, but I will say sometimes I feel more intuitive when I'm drinking because I'm way less inhibited. So I don't know, it's kind of a catch-22. But so you guys, I'll hop back on and answer, I'll answer your questions if I miss them. And hi, thank you. Thanks so much for joining, you guys. I had super good time. I hope you had fun. One last little, and then of course, see, look, I have to go, my alarm. One last little roar, right? Okay. Thanks so much, you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same roar channel, okay? Thanks, you guys. Bye. Okay.